This is episode 5 of A Killing on the Cape, a 6-episode ABC radio podcast and an ABC News 2020's documentary. For episodes 1 to 4, please visit http://abcnews.com/akillingOnTheCape. Subscribe and listen to the podcast on our partners and platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, and under the Listen tab on the ABC News app. The 2020th special presentation of A Killing on the Cape will air on Friday, November 24, starting at 9 p.m. ET. Episode 5, The Verdict. When police announced the arrest of Christopher McCowan for the 2002 murder of Christa Worthington, they worked to assure the community that their investigation, however long and controversial it was at times, had resulted in arresting the right man. It's a relief for the community, and now they can rest at night, former Truro Police Chief John Thomas said at the time. It's probably another relief that it wasn't a stranger that just came in and randomly picked a house. Worthington, a 46-year-old fashion writer and single mother, was found stabbed to death in her seaside cottage in Truro, Massachusetts, on January 6, 2002, with her 2.5-year-old daughter, Ava, by her side, unharmed. There were a number of steps in the investigation that drew criticism, but the arrest of a poorly educated black man for the murder of a wealthy white woman would rank among the top. Worthington's home was on McCowan's trash route and investigators had matched his DNA to DNA samples found on Worthington's body. During the course of a 6-hour interview with police after his arrest, which wasn't tape-recorded or videotaped but summarized by an investigator in a 27-page report, McCowan gave differing accounts but at one point said he had sex with Worthington at her house on 50 Depot Road according to the report, but he denied killing her. McCowan has always maintained he did not kill Worthington. But Worthington's gruesome murder became the highest-profile case to hit the Cape in decades at the time. Prior to McCowan's arrest in April 2005, 3 years after Worthington's death, investigators had made the controversial move of asking every man in the community to voluntarily submit a DNA sample. The DNA dragnet brought the case national attention, and by the time McCowan walked into the small, one-room courthouse of the Superior Court in Barnstable County for his murder trial in October 2006, the place was mobbed with reporters and satellite trucks. But in addition to being McCowan charged with first-degree murder and aggravated burglary for Worthington's death, prosecutors also added a surprising third charge, aggravated rape. This case became a case, not only of murder, but rape, only when and after they had arrested a black man, said Peter Manso, who wrote the book, Reasonable Doubt, The Fashion Writer, Cape Cod and the Trial of Chris McCowan, and worked as a consultant on this story for ABC News. Manso covered McCowan's 2006 trial and believes McCowan didn't receive a fair trial. On October 3, 2006, McCowan, then 34 years old, stood before a judge and pleaded not guilty to all 3 charges. I wasn't surprised by the armed house invasion charge, and I wasn't surprised by the murder indictments.